Wow, guys, Amunt Valencia. What a game, huh? Really incredible stuff. Massive 3 points in a relegation six-pointer, really. I think that if Valladolid had picked up the win, I think that they would be safe. And now that the Valencia's got the win, I think that we're actually leaning towards being safe too. If we can get a win against Cadiz on Sunday, I think we're safe. But overall, guys, I am buzzing from this game, right? Very disappointing first half, for sure. But that second half really came alive in Javi Guerra. I think we have a star in the making, guys. What a player. He needs to be starting every single game moving forward. So just running through it, we started in the game at a 5-3-2 lineup, almost the identical lineup. I think it actually was the identical lineup as last week's game. We picked up the win last week. I think Bahara wanted to keep the same lineup going. I think that missed the mark a little bit in this game. I wish we came out a little bit more attacking up front. Unfortunately, we saw the first half kick off pretty much right off the bat with a Diakabi mistake. Diakabi basically just gave the ball right away to Kyle Larin, the Canadian men's national team player. Larin actually put a pretty terrific strike on the ball. I think they said there was like a 6% chance of him actually scoring. So full credit to him for actually taking that chance. I feel for Diakabi. We're in the middle of a relegation battle, and he's really been one of our most solid players. So anytime something like that happens, you have to feel for them. Cavani and Paulista, they had a couple of nice chances in the first half, some headers that were straight at the goalkeeper, but really we couldn't do much of anything in the first half. And I was talking to some of my friends in our group chat that I think Valencia is probably the team I would fear the least of any team in La Liga. Think about that. We are the team who has the least amount of threat going forward in La Liga. In my opinion, I think that's backed up in terms of the goals we've scored this year. We've actually been one of the best teams defensively, but because we've been so poor offensively, that's why we're kind of in the position that we're in. So, whatever we do, if we're able to survive this year, we definitely need some reinforcements. Edison Cavani, he's a player for the record books, but he's just not getting any younger. I do want to see Lino kept. Lino's been pretty tremendous all year. He's very creative. He's really been our one dangerous player. And one of the things that really killed me this game was Yunus Musa. I'm a big critic of Yunus Musa. He's one of the most hyped up players on the team. I think the ESPN commentator even said that Yunus Musa was one of our most creative players. I don't really see that. I mean, he's had I think 2 assists the entire year, so I'm not sure. I'm not sure where they're getting that from. But he missed Lino for a great chance. Lino was calling for the ball. He was visibly upset. But that's the first half. That's kind of where the bad stuff ends, right? Second half was amazing. Right off the bat, we make the necessary change to go to a 4-4-2. We bring on Hugo Duro. I'm a big believer in Hugo Duro. I'd love to see him get more chances. One of the fondest memories I actually have of Valencia in recent years was Hugo Duro's chip in the Copa del Rey final last year or a couple of years ago. I think he's a quality player. I think he has a future here. I think he just needs to get some more service to him. I think he needs to have some better build-up play around him. One of the most baffling moments of the game. There were a couple baffling moments, but one of those baffling moments was, I think, around the 56th minute when Cavani had what appeared to be a tap in and he just didn't go for the ball. I think the commentators were saying Cavani thought it was going to go into the net, but I couldn't for the life of me figure out what he was doing. He should have just put the ball in himself, and that could have made it a lot more easy for us and a lot more easy to breathe a little bit sooner in the game. But the man of the hour, the man who made the mistake in the first half, Diakabe, in I think the 63rd minute, had an incredible header to level the game, made up for his mistake, and hats off to the guy. It was great to see because, like I've said, he's had a great turnaround. He was once one of these Valencia players who we all love to hate, and now I think he's really winning some of the fans back. Moment of the match probably for Valladolid, which really cost them the match, was in I think the 64th minute. They had a clear chance. The the player, I forget his name, but he actually had basically a open goal, and he somehow hit the crossbar with it from like 5 yards out. It should have been a goal. It should have been 2-1 Valladolid, but they didn't take their chance. And at this point, the game started becoming frantic. Right, it was back and forth. There were fouls everywhere. Got very physical, and really with about 15 20 minutes to go left in the game, Valladolid really started packing it in. and pretty much every single chance started falling to Valencia. I was actually writing down on my notes just that Valencia really deserved the 3 points, even though we weren't going to take it. But what we saw late was two youngsters come on. We saw Diego Lopez come on, who I still am very hyped on. I guess you can say. I want to see him starting next week. Cavani and Lino up top. It's not really working too well. I think that Cavani, incredibly, let's say, has to get dropped and give Duro or give Lopez a shot up there. But the man of the hour, I think the 92nd minute, Javi Guerra, the 19-year-old central midfielder, with an incredible goal. Absolutely, absolutely iconic moment for this Valencia season. I think that this can be a jumpstart to this young player's career. And honestly, he has an extremely bright future. Not just based off this one goal. I mean, one goal is great, but there's been so many there's been so many highlights I've seen of his in the lower levels, and he's a phenomenal player. And I think we need to start him next match. Me personally, I would bench Nico Gonzalez. I don't think there's a reason for us to keep playing him. He's not a Valencia player. He plays for Barcelona. He's loaned here. We're not going to sign him permanently. He's not really playing at a high level, so there's really no benefit for us to keep playing him. Play the kids, and I think that we're actually going to be all right. So moving on, what do we have to look forward to? We have next Sunday, or this Sunday, I guess, just a couple days from now, 8 a.m. We have Cadiz. I think if we beat Cadiz, we're going to be safe. That will bring us, I believe, to 36 points. And if we're at 36 points, I think that we're pretty much safe. I think we need about 39 to 40 to actually guarantee being safe in the season. So I think if we get that win, we're going to be right there. What a day, guys! Though, what a day, guys! I took off a little bit early from work to watch it. So happy that I did because one of the best games of the year and one of the happiest moments I've had as a fan. You know, I'm still buzzing, and it's been about 2 hours or so since the game. Like I thought we were done. I was down. I'm like, we're gonna have a Valencia derby with Levante in the second division next year. But Javiera, Diakabi coming through in the second half, and they showed a lot of heart. And 3 more points for Valencia. Amut Valencia. See you guys later.